So, hello and welcome to episode 2. This episode is called This Business, as you'll see in a little while. So, today I want to say have a big shout out to folk from other churches as well as St Bart's. Maybe Oldfield Park Baptist, we have some youth from there. Give us a cheer somehow, maybe. Anyway, hello and welcome. And there might be some folk who I've never met before. This is Fab. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Bev and I work with young people at St Bart's Church. Fab, I'm glad you can come. So this is episode 2 and just to say that last episode I deliberately did not mention coronavirus or COVID-19 or anything else because it's all a little bit too much at the moment, isn't it? Definitely for me, I'm finding it a little bit crazy. And so I just wanted this place to be somewhere encouraging and inspiring and something that you could help you focus on Jesus and point you to him as someone who can really help you through these difficult times. And that's what we're usually referring to, coronavirus situation now, aren't we? We're kind of saying these difficult times, these strange times, or our present situation, or this business. It's all a bit weird, but this is a little bubble of normality, as much as you can call that me being normal. So today we've got for you some top tips from working from home and then a verse from James. That'd be cool. So first of all, here you go, some top tips from working from home. A lot of you will be in school this week, but that will finish at the end of tomorrow. So you'll probably be given loads and loads of homework and work from home, things like that. So here are my top tips, my 6 top tips for working from home. Number 1, create your space. Do some planning. Don't spend like 3 days on this, but try and create your space away from where you normally rest and play. That'd be really helpful. Make it clean and tidy and distraction free. Number 1. Number 2, another one to do beforehand, plan your day. Think about maybe those lessons in school where you're normally a little bit sleepy. Those might be the times when you're not going to be most productive, and it won't help you to try and force yourself to work like crazy from home at that time. So maybe try and work around that and what you know, but plan your day, start a good time and do that. Number 3, get up, get washed, get dressed, have breakfast. Don't dress like you're about to go back to bed. Dress as if you are about to go out, okay? Or at least you wouldn't be embarrassed if people saw you outside, because being dressed rightly will really help you and your mindset and your ability to focus. You could even go extreme and dress in your school uniform. You could do that, just putting it out there, but you don't have to. Okay. Number 4. Hopefully you got this already. Have breaks and fresh air. Make sure you get fresh air. Take in some nice deep breaths when you're outside in the garden or outside your front door or wherever you go. Okay. Number 5. If you're going to listen to anything, some people like silence, but if you listen to anything, listen to game soundtracks. Apparently they're very good for working from home because they are lyric free. So listen to game soundtracks. I personally think this is a great one. I love it. Or if you've got, you might have your own, but if you don't, your own ideas, but if you don't, listen to game soundtracks. And finally, number 6, put your phone out of sight. Final top tip, put it out of sight. If it's not in your field of view, then you're less likely to go and pick it up and play some kind of random games on it. So those were my 6 top tips from working from home. So now I want to encourage you with some Bible, some great stuff in the Bible. And today's verse is from James. It's actually a little passage, actually, from the book of James. So get your Bible out or your Bible app after you've watched this. And James is in the New Testament, right at the back of the Bible, little tiny book after Hebrews. And this is what it says. This is what James says. He says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. This is a fab passage, but it starts in a really strange way, because it says when you face trials of any kind, many kinds, consider it pure joy. And you think, how is that going to work? Why does God want me to think trials are joy? Well, he tells you in the passage, doesn't he? Because he says, actually, when your faith is tested, then actually what will happen is that you'll develop perseverance. You'll learn to develop perseverance. It's not an easy thing, but you develop perseverance. And it says, let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete. Let me tell you, being mature and complete is something fantastic to aim for. Okay? I'm a bit weird. I don't mind getting older, because I think the older I get, the more mature and the more complete I will be. And actually, that's a great thing to be as a Christian. That's a great thing to be. And so when you're young, start aiming for that now. You can start aiming for that. It says, let me be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Now, this doesn't mean that you're always going to have all the money in the world or lack nothing. What it does mean is that you won't lack anything spiritually, because you will be wise. Now, here's the difference between knowledge and wisdom, if you've never heard this before. Knowledge is knowing that tomatoes are a fruit. Maybe you didn't know that. There you go. There's your learning for today. And wisdom is knowing not to put the tomatoes in a fruit salad. Okay? There's a whole bunch of other things you shouldn't put in a salad, like banana. But that's less wisdom and more personal choice. To be honest, okay, so that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is knowing the right thing to do in each circumstance. Okay? And when you know the right thing to do in each circumstance, and let me say, we don't just get wisdom like that. All of a sudden, God gave me wisdom. This is like a lifelong process. But he will start it when you ask him. Okay? So wisdom is knowing the right thing to do in each circumstance. And when you know that, it's like this process of being closer to God, because you know what he would want from you. It's like knowing the Bible and then knowing how to put it into practice. That's wisdom. It's knowing, actually, at this point I really need to be patient, because I recognise that they're struggling at the moment. Especially now in this business, there's lots of people reacting in all kinds of different ways. And so we need to be patient. And wisdom recognises that, because God helps us to see what's really going on. And here's how you get wisdom. This is one of the best verses. I love this verse, because where else in the Bible, which other promises does God say, ask for this and you will get it? Very few places that I know of. But this verse 5 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, that's you as well, youth, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. If you want wisdom, ask, and you'll get it. Isn't that cool? So that is our little encouragement from the Bible for today. James chapter 1 verses 2 to 5. Go away and read it. And just a reminder of the verse that we had last episode. Hopefully you're learning that by heart. That is Philippians 4 verses 6 and 7. I think that's about it for today. I will try and do some kind of videos each day. What I might do is do 2 and then schedule one from the next day. Okay, so my days off are Tuesdays and Saturdays. So I'll see what I can do. I want to support you. I want these to be helpful for you. If you've got any feedback, get in touch with the person who gave you this link. Unfortunately, the comments are disabled, because this is classified as made for kids. You never know what's going to happen in the comment section. I'd love it to be like everyone uses it properly and it's really helpful, but that just doesn't happen and we can't risk that. So comments are off, but please get in touch and let me know what you think and if there's any other way I can help you. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you next episode.